30 Days of Kidnapping by Hyperintrovert on AR3. Chapter 20, Day 7, Part 2. Is that even possible? Barb leans on her elbow. Apparently, my question is how? When? Tim's voice was watery. I'm mad with pit madness. Duke shook his head. It doesn't make sense. Why? How does it not sound like something the League of Assassins would do? Dick slams his hand on the table. Duke blinks. It wasn't often Dick got angry. Well, they can't control pit madness. Then there is also the fact that not everyone who comes out of the pit will have it. The madness is a wild variable. Throw in the meta part of the equation and, well, that's like your piss turning into wine. Shrugging, he waved his hands. Not possible. Jason shakes his head. What Danny has is not pit madness. Everyone looks at Jason. What makes you so sure? Bruce asks. Simple. Every person they threw into the pit that had the meta gene, it didn't work. They weren't revived. They stayed there. For some reason, the pits don't work on metas. If that is true, then how? Bruce closes his eyes and takes a deep breath. Then how come Danny's eyes were able to turn Lazarus green? Alfred cleared his throat. I believe it is quite late, and everyone would be better off with some sleep. Oh! Jason put his breakfast back on the plate. I want to change my bet. Dick snorts. You can't change your bet. Ever. Rolling his eyes. Duh. Steph smirks. What about a new bet then? Pulling out a pen and paper, Tim clicks the pen. Okay, Jason, what's the bet? Jason chuckles. Who Danny will kill / put into the ICU next. Oh! Steph slams her hand on the table. Strange! Jason scoffs. Please, it will so be the Joker. Black Mask, Bane, Cope. Same. Okay. Tim nods. So Damian and Kaz are saying Cope. Dick is Black Mask. Bubs is Bane. Steph is Strange. Well, that is true. Tim laughs as he dodges Steph's plate. And Jason is Joker. Who are you, Duke? Same. I ain't changing. Staying with Joker. Okay, we'll go with Pig. I really hope Danny doesn't come across these people. Bubs looked worried. Why is he taking me to the zoo? I can go by myself. Damian stomps his foot and crosses his arms. Because Tim needs to get away for a bit and calm down before he goes to talk to his twin brother tomorrow. He might not say anything, but I know last night shook him up. It shook all of us. Tim hasn't even had the fact that he has a twin fully hit him yet. Then throw in his twin is a meta who is somehow connected to the pits. Bruce looked at him with tired eyes. Please. Damian huffs. Fine. He stormed off to drag Tim to the zoo to see the new baby leopard. I do not care how weak your bladder is, Drake. Get back here so I can see the baby. Chasing Tim through the crowd, Damian starts cursing in Arabic when he realizes he lost Tim in the crowd. Finding the closest bathroom, Damian huffs when he sees his brother is back. About time! Damian grabs Tim's arm and starts dragging him to the leopard enclosure. Come on, Drake! Why was Tim dragging his feet? Was it on purpose? I'm not going to miss the baby leopard again because of you. I still do not see why father forced me to bring you. Damian didn't understand why. However, he did not want Tim to know he was being nice-ish. Damian froze. That was not Tim's voice. Kid, I'm not Drake. Tim looks around for Damian. The damn ass probably went to the leopard because the damn demon couldn't wait 15 seconds. Huffing, he pulls out his phone and calls Damian. The number you are trying to reach is no longer in service. The hell? Tim looks at his phone as if it just tried to kill him before he sends a quick text to the family chat that Damian is missing. There you are. Someone grabs Tim's arm. I was so worried. You're not Danny. Tim looks at the redhead, impressed. How was Chaz Phantom able to tell so fast that he wasn't Danny? No, I'm Tim. Tim smiles. I'm actually Danny's twin brother. Chaz blue screens. Danny is adopted? Wait, what? Chaz rubs her face as she takes a deep breath. You're his twin. You didn't know? I didn't know Danny was adopted. Tim nods. Yeah, it was quite a shock for me. I don't know I was a twin. I have no idea how Danny will take this. Based on other shocking surprises, he'll probably take it well, but this... I really don't know. I'm going to tell him. Chaz snorts. No, you will not. She shakes her head. I will. If you tell him, it will not go over well. Tim nods. Okay, and it will go over well if you tell him then? I know people can... Chaz interrupts Tim again. Trust me. I will be fine. Danny can't hurt me even if he wanted to. That's good. Tim was confused. Did it have something to do with Danny being a meta? So both Danny and Damian are missing. What are the odds Damian thought Danny was me and they were both together? Can you call Damian? Tim raises an eyebrow. Why? Can't you call Danny? His phone got lost, broken, stolen. Oh. Okay. No. I can't get a hold of Damian, and no one else can either. Chaz chuckles. I'm willing to bet my soul on them being together. And I'm willing to bet they are at this leopard exhibit. What makes you so certain? Danny is in love with the baby leopard, and you said Damian wanted to see it. And if they're not there? Chaz gives a smirk that puts all the bad kids to shame. Don't worry. We have backups. And what are the backup plans? Tim froze. Oh god, he's turning into Bruce. You don't want to know, Chaz laughs at Tim's face. Told you we would find them. Tim looks to where Chaz is pointing. Sorry for doubting you. Apologies accepted. Or you might want to cover your ears. Chaz cups her hands around her mouth and yells, Danny! Tim blinks and tries to shake away the pain in his ears. She didn't give him enough time to cover them. And was she a mender also? That was very loud. Looking back at the two, Tim is a bit confused. Why was there fear on Danny's face? What did Damian do? He better have not scared Danny off. Chaz grabs Danny's hands. Danny! How was she able to talk so softly? That was softer than with the Nightwing panic attack. This is going to be a shock. But I want you to know that I love you, and you will always be my little brother. Chaz takes a deep breath. This is your twin brother, Tim Drake. Danny blinks, looks at Tim, then back to Chaz. My twin? Chaz nods. Your biological twin. He just found out about you a few days ago. Danny takes a breath, blinks. Twin. Was he going into shock? Just gives a small smile and nods. Yes, twin. Your bio parents gave you up for adoption because you were the second one. Nodding, Danny looks at Tim, then smiles. Hi! Oh wow, this is such a shock. A twin! Oh! Danny starts to bounce up and down. Oh, by the ancients, this is amazing! Chaz hangs her head. Danny, no. Danny crackles. Danny, yes! Tim raises his head. Tim confused. Danny snorts. Yes! He grabs Tim by the shoulders and whispers into his ear. Pranks. Tim's eyes widen as a grin stretches across his face. Yes! Danny lets go of Tim and turns around to Damian with a gasp of betrayal. You knew? Had to make sure you were adequate. Damian smirks. You little shit. Danny laughs. I see you and Damian have met. Tim gives Damian the stink eye. Nodding, Danny rests one of his elbows on Damian's hat. Oh god, Tim was about to watch his twin get killed by the demon spawn. Oh yeah, I love him. He's such an awesome brother. You're very lucky. What? Damian wasn't trying to kill Danny? Damian was... No. Was he blushing? No one is going to believe this. Damian scoffs. Of course I am. I am father's only blood son. Danny laughs as he ruffles Damian's hair. Jess shakes her head. I'm never going to know peace ever again. Like you'd even know peace now. Danny crosses his arms and raises an eyebrow. Jess whines. It's all your fault. Laughing, he sticks out his tongue. Anyways, we need to get back before Mom and Dad. At Chaz's look. What? I'm going to need time to freak out that I have a twin, bruh. Danny's eyes widen. Danny, are you okay? Chaz reaches out to him. Danny crackles and throws his head back, sounding like a madman. The Fruit Loop! Chaz snorts. Oh god, he is going to flip. Flip? I'ma make him lose his mind. He's never going to find out. Some more crackling from Danny. I will finally beat him at his own game, and it will be beautiful. Tim looks at Damian, and Damian looks just as confused as him. Tim didn't know people actually acted like this. And who was the Fruit Loop? Wanna get to know each other tomorrow then? Just me and you? Tim asked hesitantly. Danny seemed like he wanted to get to know Tim, possibly, or just cause chaos with his identical twin. Danny nods. Yeah, that sounds great. Give Jazz your number and we can hang out all day. Christ, Danny could blind someone with his smile. Tim knew he didn't have a smile like that, and it wasn't a fake smile. Wait. Dick looks at Damian. After Steph and Duke told everyone about Catman and what Danny said before running off with Damian. You let Danny, Tim's twin, Danny, the person who almost made the four of you shit your pants last night, touch you, and let him call you his brother? Damian scoffs. He is my brother. How? Was yelled from everyone. Damian smirks. He is cool. Dick screams while Jason yells. Imposter! Did Damian really just pun? Barbs looks at Steph and Cass. Steph nods. Yep, and Dick is going crazy. Bruce shakes his head. Boys, we need to focus. Damian, we tried getting a hold of you multiple times. Your tracker wasn't even on. I believe Danny was. Somehow the cause. How? I'm not sure. He mentioned that the new stuff could not be trusted. I believe he is somehow glitching tech, and he does not know how to control this power. It would also explain Brown's comm not working while she was in Riddler's trap with him, and all of her comms and cams going out last night. Bruce leans on his elbow. So he has more than just ice powers? Do you think that is why the League of Assassins decided to try? To see if Amanda could get more abilities? Bob surveys her lip. Jason shakes his head. No, for the last time, it is not the pit in him. If the League had dunked him in the pit, he would be running away. So, he's what, a freak of nature? Or not a human? Steph asks. Barry was thick on all of them. He is human. Tim pulls up the file. The DNA test. We never did a DNA test. Just grab some tomorrow. Dick runs his hand through his hair. How did we forget to get his DNA? Duke looks at them like they are crazy. We've been a bit busy this week. Bruce groans. Please no fighting. Oh, Damian straightens up, then smirks. Apparently, Danny is afraid of Batman.